Hi guys. So we're going to jump into another piece of the Vectorworks land. We've been modeling the theater. Now we're going to start talking about how scenery and scenic units are going to be applied to the theater, as well as the lighting component, which will be a separate video. I want to start with the scenery stuff because there are some really great resources available to us already in the resource manager. Sorry, Facebook. I'm not talking to you right now. Especially because I'm on the Wi-Fi and there's no Facebook. It's all a lie. So I'm going to grab I wanted to show you real quick. Let's jump onto the Google Chrome. On my website, a show that I worked on called Campo Maldito. This will be our final project in the lighting class, so I'm going to have us draft the set for this show as part of this class, and then we will layer in the lighting later. So if I scroll down through Lily's website, this is Campo Maldito. It's set in a tech startup office in the Tenderloin. And this was the set that I did for it in its first iteration, which was in a small thrust space at UCSD. There's a little office chair, there's another little office chair, there's a desk and a work table in an L configuration and a floor that's like solid wood floor, right? There it is. There's some shelves in the back. You could do a wall behind this little office, maybe like an exposed brick wall, something like that. You can do a little bit of like research about tech startups and look at some of those as options. There's also like a beanbag chair, stuff like that. This is the basic set though that we're going to be looking at. And I want each of you to draft a version of this little office interior. We'll drop it into the main file, the floor plan file for the theater that we're using in the lighting class, okay? So that's the Martin Experimental Theater that I used to run in Kentucky. It's a little black box, and we'll just drop this set into that space. I will go ahead and give you the 3D model of that space. It's not on this computer, it's on the Mac, which is my better friend. So once I upload that, that will be available to you, and then you will just draft this set on top of it. Now, the first thing we're going to do, though, is use some stock scenic elements to make this faster. We're also going to use, or you can use, it's up to you. If you want to draft your own tables and desks, you can. Or you can use the desk that we built in the 3D desk project as one of the tables for this office space. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do first, is take that desk that you created and use it as a symbol, which is a independent object that you can make as many of as you want and update individually. It's pretty great. They're very useful when you're drafting a whole set. You can create a set of symbols that are specific for your scenic elements and then draft them in different ways on different plates and layers of your file. So we'll do a little file organization and a little bit of symbols in this video. I'm going to go over here to the scenery layer. Okay. It's thinking about whether it wants to listen to me. Let's go, baby. Here we go. Okay, so I have this desk. Remember this? Because you made it. This is in your past. This is the history of life. Okay, here we are. We got this desk. Let's just pop into top plan for our sanity. This is our desk. Okay, it's in wireframe right now. We're seeing through all of the layers of it, which is not ideal, but it's cool. It's grouped together already, which is great. I'm going to have you go over here to modify, and then right here it says create symbol. So let's create this symbol. Let's call it desk. And we'll leave the rest of this stuff the same, okay? It doesn't need to go into a wall. You can check that box. I lied to you. I said we'll leave it the same, and then I lied. So you actually can uncheck the insert in walls option because it will not go into a wall ever, ever, ever. And then everything else can stay the same, and we click OK. And it's going to ask where to put it, and I'm just going to leave it in the top folder. Great. All right, so now this is a symbol. We're going to make one quick adjustment to this, okay, which is in the top plan view, we don't need to see through to all of this other nonsense. Right? We just want to see that it's the rectangle that's the top, or if you did the rectangle, remember when you did the desk in 2D, it had like a detail of the wood on the top. You could put that into the top plan view, or you can just not have anything on it, have it just be a rectangle in the top plan view. So if we double click on it, the part we want to edit is the 2D component. So a symbol object has two sets of attributes. One set of attributes are their 3D components, which is the thing that you've drafted, and then there's a 2D component, and the 2D component is what you want the symbol to look like in top plan view or in ground plan view. So in the 2D mode, you'll have it show the way it would show on a ground plan, and you'll use your drafting conventions about that. So like an archway might have dashed lines for the arch opening in the top plan view and in the ground plan view, because that's the standard drafting convention for that. But in the 3D model, it would look like the archway. You've also seen this with the door symbols that already exist in the Vectorworks software, right? When you put those doors in, when you're in top plan view, you can see the door swing. And when you're in top view, just straight up top view, it just looks like the opening, right? So we have plan versions of things that are utilizing standard drafting strategies as opposed to our top plan, or as opposed to our top view, which is actually looking at everything from above. To edit this, we'll go into the 2D components. When it says select part to edit, I will click on 2D components. I will click edit. Now here I am, okay? If you look over here, it's giving you options of what stuff you're editing, okay? These are different views that you can edit kind of automatically. It's showing me 3D right now, which is fine. And I'm adding a 2D part to it. So I'm going to click over here on this rectangle tool, and I'm going to, oh, it's in that mode. I'm going to draw a rectangle. So this will now be what this desk looks like in 2D from plan view. When I click exit symbol, it says you have converted this 3D symbol you are editing into a hybrid symbol by adding screen plane or hybrid objects. Do you want to continue? So this is basically letting us know that once you add a 2D element to a 3D symbol, that 2D element will appear in top plan view and the 3D element will appear in any other view. You can drag me over to your computer if that doesn't make sense to you. But what I'm saying is, yes, that's what I want to do. I want to have a separate view for plan view for the top view than I have for any 3D mode or model view. So I say yes, please do that. Okay, so now I have this 2D, 3D symbol, right? If I hit Shift C and I go into 3D mode, it looks just the way it ever did. And if I hit Control 5 and go back into top plan, now it just looks like a rectangle, which is great. That's the desk, okay? That's what the desk would look like from top view. Cool. The next thing that I now have the ability to do, because I have created this as a symbol, is duplicate it wherever the hell I want. So I can come in here and I can pick it up, desk, right? I can double click on it. Now there's a desk that's on my cursor, okay? So I can just put the desk in wherever I want, okay? I can be like, I want 5 desks now, and they are arranged in a circle, and look at that, here they go. Desk, 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 all in a circle. Each time I click, I'm setting a new instance of the symbol. If I were to edit the symbol, it's gonna edit all of the symbols to make them match. And if I have Control C shifted, Shift C, now there's like a whole bunch of desks everywhere. Cool? Does that make sense? Okay. So basically you're creating something that you can make as many copies of as you want. It's useful if you're rearranging the scenery from act to act. You can use a different layer for each scene or a different class for each scene and just duplicate your scenery in all of those places, which is super helpful. The next thing you can do, because this is a symbol now, right? Remember when we were in the 2D desk and I had you copy and paste that 2D desk into your next document for the 3D desk? So I had you just copy and paste this drawing and you did that and it was great. But now that we have a symbol, I can use the resource manager to go to a different open file and pull something like this desk into my other file. So if I go File, open, right? Or actually, I'll create a new one on the CS Arts template. You will open the Martin Experimental Theater file, okay? That's what you will do. I am not doing that because I'm a little bit ahead of myself. You will do that. I'm gonna just open this new file. Let's presume that there's some sort of a theater. Let's do actually something more realistic. 50 feet. 50 feet. Okay. 50 feet. And, all right, so here's a 50-foot square black box, which will be similar to what's happening in the Martin Experimental Theater. I'm going to change the wall height to 20 feet, which is a little taller than you need, but that's going to help us out. So now we have a theater, just a black box that doesn't have any doors. Yours will be the whole Martin Experimental Theater. When you open it up, it'll be there. You will turn off the lighting positions layer, which I will create for you, unless you want some next level lighting position setup, and we can make that a separate video. And you will just open it up and you will see the seating will be in, even though it's not right now. And then you're going to be like, okay, I'm drafting Campo Maldito, the set design. I want to go in and save this file. I'm going to call it Bartenstein Campo Maldito. Save. Great. There it is. Bartenstein Campo Maldito. Now I want to use that desk that I made in my desk 3D as one of the desks in this theater. So that is something that's pretty easy to get to through this resource manager. I can go click on the desk 3D file. I can scroll through it and find that desk, double click on it, and bring it right into this file. So there's the desk inside of this theater. There she is. Isn't she adorable? That's great. I can now that symbol is in my Campo Maldito file. Let's think about other stuff that I want in that set, right? So if I go to top plan, another thing I want in that set is a chair. Search. Office chair, right? Look at all these office chairs. I can just grab one, double click on it. It'll download it from the Vectorworks sources, and it will import it into my file. And then this symbol, I can just drop it in, and now I have an office chair, right? Control C. So now I have Shift C. So now I have a desk with an office chair, ready to go, okay? You can continue on in this way, finding pieces that you want to use. The beanbag chair is not something that will be in Vectorworks. I can show you how to go to the SketchUp warehouse, the Google SketchUp warehouse, if you want to grab a beanbag chair from there. Or if you want to design something different, you can do that. You can draft your walls using the wall tool, the way that we did before. I created in your template that wall template style, like the flats wall style, which is 3 inches wide instead of 6 inches wide. So you can use that for your flats. All of those pieces you should be able to just draft in a very simple version of the set, base it off of these photos on my website. Okay, I'll put the link in so that you can look it up. This was what we used for multiple productions of it, more or less. So I would just base the set off of this gesture, this scenic gesture, and draft something that feels right to you. So that is the project. You can also read the play if you want. I can drop it in to the lighting class design project folder for you if you want to read the play and get an idea of what it's about. It's a super fun show, so I think it'll be a good project for us in lighting class. And once we've designed this set, we'll be able to print out the ground plan for you when you go in to design the lights for it, which you're allowed to do either in Vectorworks or on paper as the final project in lighting class, because everything is connected. Awesome. So I'm gonna sign off for now and go to some meeting about something, and I will see you guys this afternoon. Thank you.